I see we have one person watching. Thank you so much for tuning in. Welcome. And be sure to tune in next Monday. You will get to hear the Chase Carrington Show live here on YouTube. And one question that you may have is, why do it live? I mean, so many other YouTubers, they heavily edit their videos. They use awesome cameras. They have special microphones. And I considered it, but I realized I enjoy live. I just enjoy the the work that involves in just going live and starting to talk about something. Even if you're completely unprepared, as I am now, just going live and talking. And I've always just liked that. I've always liked that when I did radio, I did podcasting, I did part of it live. I always liked the aspect of live. And YouTube has a lot of potential as a platform, and I believe that live is going to be a major part of YouTube's future. Now, how setup will probably change over time, but this is where I am live. I probably want to keep the conversation going. I don't know whether I'd answer questions or not. Depends on the engagement I get, but I really, really see this as being a potential platform. And now let me talk about what has guided me to this idea of the Chase Carrington Show. Well, the Lord's just been telling me that there's a platform, a medium out there, creative medium out there for me that is different than ever before. And I've always felt a draw to the kind of video, on-demand video TV format. Like you see a lot of people doing that now, where it's almost like a TV show, but it's on YouTube. And just how it is done and how it is executed and how the quality is. Now, I don't expect to be a CBN broadcast overnight. I expect to start out. And this is a thing that I've heard over and over again. I've been watching a ton of YouTube videos about being on YouTube, leading up to the idea of being on YouTube. And a lot of it comes down to that one thing. The one thing is just start. And that's what I'm doing here. I'm just starting. And I'd like to welcome you to the Chase Carrington Show. This is my channel. Please subscribe for more. I don't know how long I'm going to do this, but as long as I have something to talk about, basically, I would like to tease the Chase Carrington Show. So let me talk about what are the topics I'm going to talk about. Well, topics that are meaningful, topics that are very foundational. I've seen a lot of stuff in Christian media and political media, and so much of it seems to be reactionary. Like, one side says this. Like, oh, this guy does this. Then you're like, okay, I'm going to create a response. And this is kind of the whole base of YouTube. And this is why I want to kind of change this a little bit. Like, okay, this guy does this. He does a video about this, and I disagree with him, so I'm going to respond to it. Okay, that's fine. I can understand. That could be a good way to open dialogue. But I want to do stuff where it's like, here's my video on this in response to this situation. And I want to be very foundational. I want to react to this or that. I don't want to just, boom, react to this situation or react to this headline. I'm not saying that I won't look to headlines for inspiration or that I won't talk about current events or current issues. I'm saying when I look at them, I'm not going to look at them in the aspect that here's how we should respond to this event. I'm looking at this as how should we respond to this event and events and issues like it. And I think that is missing in our modern world of media. And I think it's going to be a big thing to move forward. I think as Christians, everything is foundational. Everything is foundational because our word, the Bible is foundational, and that is everything. And Christianity is all about foundations of faith. And when we have a Bible who doesn't change, we have a God who doesn't change. And in a lot of ways, that means that the foundations of our faith, our belief, our ministry should not change. I've done a lot of things in ministry over the past few years. It's mainly pertained to different online projects, mainly my own and rather small, but I still have that same foundation, and only now I realize it. The foundation of my projects have been the idea of having a platform for Christians that are creative, Christians that are young. When I mean young, I mean that they're willing to embrace the new, the energy, that stuff. I'm not saying in particular that you have to be a certain age, you have to be a millennial Christian, you need to be a Generation Z Christian. I'm saying you need to be able to embrace this future for Christianity. But at the same time, and this is the thing that I see with a lot of Christians moving forward, these young Christians, they sometimes lose sight of the important foundations that have been set way before our time. So, modern methods, old principles. So, of course, my computer decides to die on me now. Give me a moment. Oi. That is what the Chase Carrington Show is about. That's where I'm going to start. It may change. It may be different. It may even be a completely different thing by the time I launch it next week. Next Monday, still setting up a time, 4/6. It should come up in the events tab on this channel. Lord willing, I'll be there. And it begins. I like saying that a lot. It begins. The Chase Carrington Show. I'm Chase Carrington. Stay tuned. Okay. Chase Carrington Show. Yeah, that's kind of a big part of it. This guy named Chase Carrington. That's me. Basically, I've worked around the space of being kind of a Christian in an internet age. Using social media, I've communicated with a lot of other Christians, and as a result, I met a lot of cool people. And I've worked along with a lot of creative Christians, especially creative Christian music artists. I've connected with a lot of them. I used to have a radio show on See the Vision, internet radio. I had my own internet radio station for a few months. I decided to move on from that and become strictly kind of a podcast thing on Spreaker. That's still kind of going, but this Chase Carrington Show is my new flagship thing. This is what I'm moving on to do now. Oh, sorry. But in the end, all of my experience, I hope, goes into this project, and I hope I can bring you some really, really interesting stuff. One last thing. Now, I'm going to actually give you a preview of what I have planned. Well, to start with, I have a few topics that I'm working on writing scripts for. First of all, we have the first thing that I think is going to be the most important video I do. And that's going to be why I believe Christianity. It's going to be not just a resource for those who want to know that, but also I want it to be a statement of faith for my channel and for me as I look at this and examine it and just give simple reasons. Well, some of them not so simple, some of them rather simple. So I can just show that, so everyone may know. And also I have another one that definitely I think is going to be a tough one to write, and that is the gospel does not discriminate. And I want to do this one to show that the gospel, going to the cross, to accept Christ's redemption, Christ's saving blood, Christ's salvation, it doesn't matter who you are. It just means that you come there. That's the choice you make. That's the part you decide to take on, the identity as a Christian. That is what matters. And I really want to talk about that one as well. Other things as well, I want to divide the show into 3 different segments. I haven't exactly decided what they're going to be, but definitely the main thing's going to be the Chase Chat. That's going to be these heavy, big discussions, these big discussions around ideas or topics. And then I will do some sort of current thing. I think a good name called is Chase the Current. I thought that would be an interesting name. And I want to make that where it's like a current, where I talk about something current, whether it be, say, in a movie or something that's just happening, and apply my my beliefs and my knowledge to it that may not always be exactly Bible or faith related. And lastly, I think that I'll probably do some sort of just quick thoughts on a situation or an issue, a topic. I just want to just keep it quick, keep it simple, just point by point something out. And I think that will hopefully, Lord willing, bless you and be very useful to you. So I think now is about the time I'm going to wrap things up. I'm Chase Carrington, and you will listen. Oh, wait, I'm used to saying listen. You will watch the Chase Carrington Show. I hope you will, Lord willing. And right now you're watching me on the Chase Carrington Show teaser. Thank you so much for tuning in or watching whenever, wherever. God bless. Again, I'm Chase Carrington.